Hello fellow traders, Paul Lemel got another stock here, very high momentum stock, had a huge run up in late 2024, early this year, and about a 11 BMI, about 1100% gain on that, pulling back into the cup and have a nice price squeeze coming in. So we'll break down the cycles here in a second. But first, before we dive in, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. It really helps us reach more traders like you and keeps you updated on our latest trading tips. Also, we're looking for talent, maybe someone who's not locked into their own way of trading and is open to exploring a new outside-the-box form of cycle-based trading, which we use to swing trade equities and day trade indexes, SPY, QQQ, and futures. If you have any interest in that, DM me through our social media or email me at paul@bigkahnatradingclub.com and I'll give you more information. Okay, market rating is still holding up, A+, A5 rating. Let me show you what's happening on the big picture here. SPY, you can see it's about ready to challenge the February highs. So it's done a lot of constructive work in the base, worked through some cycle lines. Let's look at the QQQ. It's even in better shape, taking out the highs from February. And Dow Jones 30, coming out of its trend line and also higher highs, higher lows. So we're back in the A+ range. Should get some good follow through on a lot of these great momentum plays. Let's go back to GRRR. Okay, again, 11 BMI on the left-hand side, vector of 1. And on long-term cycles, off the IPO is a TM-7 cycle. That's a critical cycle for getting out of the base. And that's exactly where we're at right now. We had big breakout, retest of that key $10 to $15 PPP. And, 10 is a very strong psychological point. So basically you look at $10 with air in the consolidation, meaning that there's a gap between the PPP zone and the current price. And so that's a sign of strength also. And so basically what we have now is we had about a 88% gain going into that pullback to retest the $20 area. That's pretty strong breakout. And so right now you can see how the price bars are squeezing. So pull back to the just below 20, lows right here, just low 2064. So it's really wants to hold that $20 psychological price point. So it could pop again pretty soon. Sometimes it'll gap through where it might be a good realistic buy points. You have to be aware of that. Possibly any pending news. But my thoughts on this is a breakout to set the TM3. Because you have so much gain over here, typically it pushes the cycle line out further, even beyond the TM3. Sometimes the 12 to 15 month cycle, that's way out there in late year, March. So basically early next year. That could in fact be the case, but it just depends how strong of a breakout we get of the if we stay inside that left pivot or not. So basically a TM3 is a 5 to 7 month cycle, so that's going to be setting somewhere here in probably late July, and then we'll have a better picture as far as the strength of that and then the soft landing pullback off of that, hopefully. But very strong cup and very strong momentum on the stock. Again, GRRR Gorilla Technology. And again, when we have the IPO back here, you basically have this big move right here was a 2.7 year. That's a 27 to 33 month cycle. Very strong cycle line coming off of IPO. So when we get back, we'll break down the price targets on it. If you're unfamiliar with any of the trading terms I'm using, you can find our club lingo at bigkahnatradingclub.club/lingo. Okay, looking at some price targets on GRRR based on the cycles. It's a TM3 off the lows. Very common cycle for the price advance. And so the north channel of that is at $53. That would be 150% if it hit that. 2x channel is close to $90. That would be about a 350% plus gain. And then the TM3 3x, let me correct that, is around 120. So basically, if it broke out here, be about a 500% gain. It's likely to hit that, hard to tell, but again, I think if it's going to be a breakout way up there, it's going to probably be off of a longer term cycle. But we'll know once we get the TM3 set whether we're going to get short term follow through or longer term follow through going into mid next year. This is a lot of overhead supply. Went down to $15 and it was up at 43. So that's a deep retrace. So it's got to work through some that overhead supply right there. But again, very strong momentum on this one. So likelihood of it hitting one of these lines here definitely strong. And the other thing is if the breakout of the PBC zone is around that $50 area. So once it gets outside of the left-hand pivot, a lot of times it puts about a 10 to 15% cap on the price advance before you get a pullback inside of that. So we'll know once we get a breakout of that line, either the line or that pivot high that you pivot, the strength, quality of the consolidation pullback will give us a little bit more clues on it. But right now it looks pretty good. And if we do get a set in that $50 area, may possibly be able to target 200% out of there. Might be able to target 200% out of there. That would take it up to the $150 area. Not impossible. Again, strong stocks. So you never know. Again, GRRR Gorilla Technology Corp. If you're interested in our trading style and want to join the club or get one-on-one coaching, head over to cycletradingtrading.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Take care.